Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out with a strong belief and firm faith that you are headed to your promised land of milk and honey. My name is Mario Pedro Gould, and you're now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network. And I was reading a very interesting article the other day on Barack Obama and how he lives. I was wondering how is it that he's able to overcome the stress and anxiety that he has in his life, given the high position that he's in. And when I was following his behaviors and his routines on a day-to-day basis, I came across a section where he says that everything in his life is routinized. That is, down to the decision of what suit he's going to wear. Every day he either wears a blue or a gray suit. Every day he goes to the gym at a certain time. Every day he has certain work that he does at a certain time. And the reason he has these routines in place, it is to reduce the number of decisions that he makes in his life, reduce the anxiety, and therefore he can actively be a great president. He can be successful in his role as president. So I sat back and I said, hey, if Barack Obama is doing this and he is successful at running, a whole country, then I should be able to implement this, on my journey towards successful living. So I started creating routines and things that I repeat, in my day-to-day living. So success is about repetition, repetition, repetition. Perfect example of that. I got up this morning and I immediately jumped in and started reading a book by Ayn Rand called The Virtue of Selfishness, a very controversial book which I started reading last night, and I found it so exciting that the moment I got up in the morning I was like, where's the book, where's the book, where's the book? And I started reading it, but the moment I started reading it, I felt a lot of resistance from my soul because I knew that I had broken certain routines that I do in my life on a day-to-day basis. So I put the book aside, immediately ran to the shower, left the shower, went and sat down and did my meditation, and then got into the Word, read the scripture, read about my man Jesus, and then had a cup of tea and contemplated, the scripture as well as the message that I was going to bring home to you folks here today. So that is my routine. That is my routine. Immediately I get up, I go into my meditation, I go into my scripture so I can raise myself to the level of soul, the level of light, the level of love. And anytime I go against that, I feel a lot of resistance. So, what does this have to do with you and success? It has to do with what is it that you're doing every single day to be successful in whatever you have deemed to be successful. So for me, success is about spirituality. Hence, I do that every day. Success is about emotional stability. Hence, I repeat certain actions, certain readings, certain practices that help me be more emotional stable. Success is about being successful in business, making money. So I repeatedly strategize and do the actions that I have to do every single day to increase my bankroll. Things like that. So it's about repetition, repetition, repetition. And a great example of repetition and success is one that you can use is, just going to the gym. I go to the gym all the time and I see people just pushing for hours and hours. And they do that for 3 months and then they fall off, and I meet them 2 years later on and they're like still overweight, and I wonder what the hell happened. And for me, all I do is I go to the gym every day, and people say, Mario, where do you get the time to go to the gym every day? Well, I go to the gym and I only work out for 45 minutes. I don't have to do anything spaceship. I just work out for 45 minutes, get into the steam, get into my car and go home. But I do this every day. I repeat it, and because of the repetition, my body takes shape. Because of the repetitive practices that I do every morning, I'm in a positive mental attitude. I'm calm, I'm peace, I'm harmonious. And I believe that that is one of the key aspects of success that is not very highly spoken of. So if you take a whole year, there's 365 days. A successful year is crafted by successful months, 12 months. Successful months are crafted by successful weeks, and a successful week is crafted by a successful day. So if you can have a successful day, there's a good chance you can have a successful week, month, year. What are the routines that you have in place every day to develop you spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and business wise or career wise? Are you repeating them on a day to day basis? Do you have them routinized? Because success, ladies and gentlemen, is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out with a strong belief and a firm faith that you are headed to your promised land of milk and honey. It's about repetition. It's about repetition. It's about repetition. Have yourself a spectacular